Overnight, America has gone from anti-crypto to pro-crypto. Just today, the House passed FIT21, a bill that proposes a framework for innovation and adoption of digital assets. This includes protections for self-custody and transactional freedom. You know they say, gradually, then suddenly. We'll take a look at some catfighting, as well as some shocking comments from people like Brad Sherman, who call crypto a threat to the US dollar and a threat to replace it as the world's reserve currency. All of these things are potentially true, but only for Bitcoin. And as if we weren't winning enough for one day, the House also passed a bill banning the Fed's ability to create a CBDC. We don't win every day, so we're going to take our W's while we can. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. I'm Dante Cook, head of Swan Business. When my phone was buzzing this morning about a video from Scotty Sheffler from last week's incident at the Valhalla Golf Course in Louisville, I thought that I would see Scotty Sheffler fleeing from police like O.J. Simpson in a white Bronco on the 405. But this video was the opposite of drama. Scotty Sheffler was driving a PGA courtesy car, and he was pulling up to the golf course at less than 5 miles per hour when the officer pulled up to him, banged on his car, pulled the keys out of the car, and then arrested him. This was a literal no-drama event. But you know where there has been a lot of drama lately? The Senate and the House floors, as Republicans and Democrats are battling it out over America's position in crypto. Check out this spat from Taylor Greene and AOC.
How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aww.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second. Girl, don't even play. Well, they weren't playing today in the House, as the FIT21 bill was passed with an overwhelming majority. The Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act proposes a framework for innovation, regulation, and adoption of digital assets in America. Let's hear what Tom Emmer has to say about this.
Today, we have an opportunity to determine whether the next iteration of the internet will be designed by Americans or if it will instead reflect the values of some other nation. The FIT21 Act gives us that opportunity and unlocks a larger conversation beyond innovation. This bill is about national security. It's about consumer protection. It's about global competitiveness. It's about shaping what the future global digital economy looks like and how it functions. Currently, all online transactions are intermediated. But as we move deeper into the digital age, digital assets are key to decentralizing the internet so Americans can transact directly with each other, no intermediary needed. Without crypto, we don't have this ability. And I think giving Americans the choice to do business through an intermediary or directly with each other is important. Having that choice will fundamentally alter the digital economy, unlocking new opportunities for Americans and individuals across the world in ways we haven't even begun to contemplate. However, this Congress can no longer stand by as regulators squander this opportunity right within our grasp. This administration has demonstrated they simply are not willing to allow the digital asset industry to innovate in the United States. For every legal inconsistency or regulatory hurdle they produce, instead of coherent and informed guidance, they drive American digital asset users into less safe jurisdictions. That's why the FIT21 Act is significant, to set clear and consistent rules for American innovators. Among the many important provisions in this bill is My Securities Clarity Act, bipartisan language tailored specifically to digital assets that provides the legal flexibility for a digital asset project to transition from centralization to decentralization. This transition is critical to the future peer-to-peer digital economy, and I thank the chairman and my friends on the other side of the aisle for working with me to incorporate this section into the bill today. Their work on this extensive framework will allow Americans to once again lead the way. I yield back.
Should we call this the FIT21 million bill? They couldn't have used a number if it was any other cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin, because we don't know the actual supply. But all joking aside, I specifically like provisions like Section 105, D1, A, and B. This section explicitly prevents the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network from issuing any rule or order that would prohibit U.S. individuals from maintaining hardware or software wallets. This means you can securely store your digital assets without fear of new regulations forcing you to rely on third-party custodians. Here's another good bit on transactional freedom from Section 105(1)(b). The freedom to transact. It ensures that individuals can freely conduct transactions with their digital assets for any lawful purpose. This is a great step in the right direction, and they propose a lot of rules and regulations about who would regulate, who would oversee these sorts of things, and what things they would do in order to prevent illegal or unlawful activity from happening. There's a lot of gray area there, but this at least gets us on the right path to start thinking about reasonable regulation. It was a pretty bipartisan effort, as 71 members of the Democratic Party voted in favor of the bill, which is more than we've seen on any topic or issue in a long time. But, as always, you have staunch opponents like Brad Sherman.
It creates a competitor to the U.S. dollar, which has one advantage. It's right in the name: hidden money. Hide your money from the IRS, from our sanctions enforcers, from everyone involved in the U.S. government. And then finally, crypto declares that it wants to partially displace the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency. If it's successful in that,
it will 30 additional seconds.
The gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
You have to understand how important it is. We, frankly, are not fiscally responsible in this House. We don't collect near as much taxes as we spend in benefits. We're able to do that without too much harm because of the role of the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency. We have fiscal policies that would make Argentina blush, but we're able to do it. The crypto bros see the incredible amount of money and power the U.S. government has by being the world's reserve currency, and they say no, they want to appropriate them from themselves.
Now, on to the laughable parts of the bill. A section where they talk about creating pathways for projects or digital assets to become labeled as decentralized. Listen to some of these rules. A single person cannot change the code. A single person cannot own 20% or more of the protocol. A single person cannot limit the functionality. There can be no marketing of it as an investment in the last 3 months, and there can be no issuance of new tokens or shares in the last 12 months. This is laughable because there can be multiple people colluding together in order to make these things totally possible. This is very broad, this is very loose, and would label a lot of projects as decentralized in name only, where Bitcoin is the only true decentralized cryptocurrency, hence the FIT21 bill. But I digress. No wonder people like French Hill were taking to Twitter and other places to urge Gary Gensler to sign the provision for ETH exchange-traded products. Remember the talk I gave yesterday about political tokens? And despite me seeing through many of these narratives as just simply ways of Wall Street firms pumping their bags through their paid-for politicians, I'll put that to the side because there was a lot of good that was done today. Like the bill that was passed through the House that denies the Fed the ability to create a CBDC. Now, whether either of these bills will be passed through Congress and put into law remain to be seen, and very unlikely in the current state that they are. But at least we have a pathway, at least we have a conversation to start on that allows us to get to a reasonable place and result. Just remember, Bitcoin is encryption money. Bitcoin is apolitical money. Bitcoin is freedom money. Bitcoin cannot be lobbied, controlled, or manipulated by Wall Street firms and lobbyists. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin will continue to make another block. TikTok, next block. And with that, we're signing off for today. This is Dante Cook with Swan.com. Happy stacking.